Hello everyone! This is Running on Empty Food Review. Well, hello ladies, gentlemen, and everyone watching. Welcome one and all to this newest edition of the Running on Empty Food Review series. I'm your host, the Report of the Week. Always a pleasure to be here. Well, first and foremost, I know this isn't totally on the review note, but I just wanted to mention, for those of you who are regular viewers, I just really want to thank you all for the response that came into the last video that I did. Personally, I was not expecting that at all. I was really surprised by that, and I just really want to thank you, every one of you who responded to that video, who left your feedback in the comments, something that I really appreciate. And there's gonna be some good videos coming up on that subject. There's so many responses to choose from, and you still have time if you want to check out the last video that I did where I discussed the state of fast food, and I ask a question to everyone out there watching. There's still time. You could still check it out if you have some thoughts of your own. You're welcome to respond, but again, I just really want to thank you all for the response to it. It really blew me away, and I was not expecting that. So, Taco Bell. Normally, because I keep a night schedule myself, normally I don't find myself awake at the hours where they usually happen to serve breakfast, but for once I'm up right now, albeit winding down, and I decided, what the heck, it's been a little while, but I was thinking, a lot of the Taco Bell releases, I think, they can be very hit or miss, and some of them can be very lackluster. But one of the things, and this is just from my direct observation, one of the things that Taco Bell seems to do pretty consistently, and consistently good at that, is breakfast. It's been a while since I've tried out anything of theirs for breakfast, and I decided, well, is breakfast the one thing that Taco Bell still does well? And that's what I am going to find out. For a limited time, Taco Bell has released their breakfast tacos. These have already been out for a while, but what the heck, they're still on the menu. Get them while the getting's good, so that's exactly what I did, and I'll be trying them out here today. So you can get the breakfast tacos, for the most part, in sausage or with bacon. The one that they're really promoting is the sausage one, which is what I got for this review. So they call it the breakfast taco sausage. It's available at the price between $2 and $3. I paid $2 for this, and it is a taco, but it's supposed to be a breakfast-themed taco. So in it is egg, sausage crumbles, and cheese. And again, available at the price of $2. For some of you, though, it might be $3. I also got a drink. I got a Baja Blast. Amusingly, I ordered a medium one. Seems very small, and I've only taken about 2 or 3 sips of it, and it was filled up to like here. But that's just where things stand. So, here it is. It's very flat, I suppose, but we will see. There it is in its little wrapping. Again, I'm not sure if they're all... This looks more like a breakfast quesadilla, but let's see. There it is. It does have some... Let's see this. Okay. If you take a look right there, there's the sausage, and you can see some of the cheese and the egg as well. And opening it even a little more, yeah, you can see, there you go. Sausage crumbles, egg, and some cheese. And there's a good cross-section of it, by the way, if you want to take a quick look, right there. And I'll get a quick thumbnail out of it too, since that's a pretty decent view of it, actually. Breakfast from Taco Bell. It's been a while since I have really had any of their breakfast, but we will see. Could be good, could be bad. Time will tell. So, you know what it's all about. I know what it's all about. Let's try it out. The breakfast taco. Sausage from Taco Bell, it's going in. Sorry I kind of skipped through that this time around. I'll leave the eating segment in with the next review for the heck of it. So, as you can see with a cross-section, I think I've answered the question, is breakfast the one thing that Taco Bell still does well? And I would say yes. Initially, the look of this, it was pretty unassuming, to be honest. Taking a look, it was so flat, and I was worried. But as you could see in the cross-section, there's actually a decent balance of the ingredients. And you could actually see a good variety of both the sausage crumbles, the cheese, as well as the egg. And mind you, this is a $2 taco, but I am very pleased with it because at the very least, when I get an item, I expect for all the ingredients to at least be there, and to be there in a fairly good showing at that. And for some reason, when it comes down to Taco Bell, with all their other items on the lunch and the dinner menu, I have problem after problem after problem with those. And time and again, there's an issue with the ingredients, there's an issue with it's either just disgusting, there's all sorts of problems. The breakfast, on the other hand, they always seem to do a much better job with, and this is no exception. As you could see, number one, again, as far as the distribution of the ingredients is concerned, really, there's a good amount of everything there. And in every bite that I was able to take, there's a good amount of both the sausage crumbles, the egg, and the cheese. I will say, I think some people would want for it to be a little on the cheesier side, but again, I could taste especially the egg and the sausage in every single bite. Now, of course, this is fast food and it's Taco Bell, but as far as the sausage is concerned, it seemed to me anyway fresh. It seemed juicy. It wasn't overcooked or undercooked. It was cooked just right. Flavorful as well. And the eggs as well. They were light, they were fluffy, and they just worked very well together with the sausage. Now, this is a very basic item, I should stress, right? There are no sorts of very overly intricate flavors here. We're talking about some egg and some sausage with a little bit of cheese in a tortilla, but all things considered, sometimes it's those basic standards, for lack of a better word, that can be quite good. And I will say, I think this is one of those instances where the egg and sausage combination, once again, does deliver, and it makes, to me anyway, what seems like a pleasant and very inoffensive breakfast item at that. So, one thing I will mention, this is one of those items where I don't think a sauce is absolutely necessary, but I will say I think that some of their breakfast salsa would probably be a fine accompaniment if you want to go that route. And otherwise, if you just want something that's really, really cheesy, then you might have a little bit of an objection to this, but even so, the cheese is still there. It still has a presence. You could taste it in every bite. It's just not one of those items that is necessarily cheesy, perhaps, to excess. And that's just something to be aware of. But overall, the quality of it is perfectly acceptable, and it's kind of a relief, I should say, because there have been so many times lately where I've gone to Taco Bell, and the items are just very underwhelming, and they're very disappointing. There's just something off about them. They get this or that wrong, or it's just repulsive, quite frankly. And the breakfast, I've never had a problem with, personally. But again, normally I just don't go there for breakfast. So I wasn't sure, is this just some sort of outlier on my end? But based on what I had today, trying out the breakfast taco sausage, the trend continues. And breakfast seems to me anyway like it's the most consistent thing, consistently good, I should say, thing that you could get from Taco Bell. Which leads me to a question before I get into the rating segment. For those of you out there who are either regular Taco Bell consumers, or at least, go there, it's some sort of, even if it's irregularly, but you go there occasionally, I should say, and you've had the chance, let's say within the last year or two, to try out Taco Bell's breakfast, and then, regular lunch or dinner from Taco Bell, what do you think? Do you agree that breakfast is perhaps the one thing that Taco Bell still does consistently well, Or do you notice some issues there too? So I'm curious with your feedback. If you want to leave a comment, go for it. This is just for the sake of discussion. But what do you notice? Because for me, it seems to me anyway, like the breakfast from Taco Bell is the most consistent thing that I notice from them as far as the quality and the good quality at that is concerned. But what do you notice? Do you notice the same thing? Do you think Taco Bell does breakfast best or not? What do you see? So you could leave a comment with whatever thoughts you have on the matter. And with that, the rating out of 10 for the breakfast taco sausage. Yeah, it's not the best taco I've had in my entire life or anything, but for what it is, all things considered, I'm happy with it, and it could be a tad cheesier, I suppose, but I think it's still decent. Therefore, out of 10, I think it tastes good. I'm going to be giving this breakfast taco a 7.9 out of 10. Pretty good, limited time, so get it while the getting's good. And again, feel free to impart any thoughts you have in the comments section down below. And that's all that I have for you. Thank you for watching, and until next time, I'm your host, The Report of the Week.